For me personally, it was a very challenging time because I believe that those failures were because of shortcomings in myself. Part of the reason is because I had always learned that concept of you need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to push yourself if you want to get results. Especially for introverts, what we've noticed is that pushing yourself out of your comfort zone all the time, it usually doesn't work for introverts. Welcome to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast, helping ambitious introverts who feel deep down that they can add more value to the world to really thrive in their work. I'm Mariela Franker, and I'll be sharing what I'm learning as an introverted entrepreneur, a natural productivity coach, and a mom while I build my business online and take care of my family and myself. In this podcast, you'll learn the mindset and the practical steps to naturally increase the impact of your work while making space for your unique strengths as an introvert. Hi, it's Mariela. Has someone ever told you that you just need to get out of your comfort zone? You've probably heard that before, right? You need to get out of your comfort zone if you want to be successful, if you want to build a business, if you want to fill in the blank. Especially for introverts, what we've noticed is that pushing yourself out of your comfort zone all the time, it usually doesn't work. I was in a very stressful time in my life. I was working on my PhD, doing my postgraduate work. I did mostly lab work. Even though, I was used to the failure aspect of the scientific life, 80% of your experiments, they fail. And then you have to go back and figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong? Most scientists, are aware of that, and you just get used to that. For me personally, it was a very challenging time because I believe that those failures were because of shortcomings in myself. Part of the reason is because I had always learned that concept of you need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to push yourself if you want to get results, if you want to make an impact with your work. And my solution for that was working harder, working more hours, skipping breaks, doing all the time. So when I went into coaching with my mentor, I remember the first call that we had, because I was so used to always pushing myself and getting out of my comfort zone, I literally said to her, I was ready, and I said to her, yes, I am very used to being out of my comfort zone, because that's a plus, right? Literally, I see that on vacancies. We're looking for someone who's used to getting out of their comfort zone. So I prided myself on that. I was uncomfortable all the time. Like, I nailed that. Getting out of my comfort zone, being uncomfortable, that I can do. So I told her that. And she just very calmly told me, it's not my intention to bring you out of your comfort zone. I remember that blew my mind when she said this to me. I literally didn't know how to respond. I was like, excuse me, I don't understand. I don't understand what you mean by that. I couldn't even process it. And now looking back at that is really, really interesting to me. And I've learned so much in the meantime about what it really takes to be at your best, what it really takes to thrive. Especially for introverts, what we've noticed is that pushing yourself out of your comfort zone all the time, it usually doesn't work for introverts. And I'm all about nuances, right? I give a lot of context and I give a lot of nuance because, one, it's different for everyone. And two, there's always a grain of truth in everything, right? Because when I say I don't believe in pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, people always think that, so you think things always come easy. You think you don't have to work hard. It's like those two things are not the same thing. Working hard for something that you truly love and enjoy and are invested in and want to see it grow is something very different than working hard for something that you don't actually believe in or feel that it's aligned with your values. Getting out of your comfort zone is this kind of weird statement or phrase that people throw around with the intention to motivate you through hard times. And I appreciate that intention because, yes, everything that you do at some point is gonna feel hard. For me too, like starting this business and now slowly growing it over time. Even though I fall in that category of I really, really enjoy what I do, I'm super motivated to help people through coaching. It still gets hard at times, right? There are aspects of running your own business that I don't know what I'm doing. There are aspects of being in control of your own time that can sometimes run away with you to the point that I'm procrastinating. I spent like 3 hours on Reels the other day. Honestly, I uninstalled Instagram from my phone again because I was like, I need to cut myself off, falling off the wagon. So there are things about being a solopreneur, being a coach. There are things that are hard at times. But here's why I don't believe in pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, because it suggests that you need to be uncomfortable. And that's where that well-intended statement breaks down for me. Because working hard at something doesn't have to mean that you're uncomfortable. It doesn't have to mean that it's painful or excruciating all the time. And what we see with people who discover their natural advantage is that it is really a process that they naturally excel at. It's literally the thing that comes easy to them. They don't even think about it, they just do it. If they have the elements that they need to execute that process. Most of this happens internally. We don't even verbalize it. So it's really interesting when we mirror that back to people and we discover the natural advantage together and we're like, yes, that's what I do. You've captured it perfectly. There's instant recognition from most people. Whereas at the same time, it's something that they never thought about, they never talked about, they never even realized that they were doing it. But within that process, that is the place where we get into flow. And flow is that state where everything just feels easy. It's that state where you forget the time and you're so focused. It's almost like something is in you and it just needs to come out and it just goes. Everyone experiences flow in a different way, but a lot of people experience this sense of that it happens by itself. It's automatic. Once they get into that state of flow, they just create something and it feels effortless. People use different words to describe it. Zone of genius, effortlessly brilliant. Where it becomes difficult is that we have these ideas that we have internalized throughout our life. In my example, that idea of getting out of your comfort zone, right? That I really thought that was the only way for me to do things, the only way for me to have any type of success. And then there's your natural advantage, which is really close to that place where you naturally excel. Those are things that give us energy, because flow and connecting with your natural advantage, those are things that give us energy and that give us joy. The way through feeling so stressed all the time is creating a daily experience that allows you to get into that flow more often. That natural advantage is really close, actually you could say it's close to the heart. It's the things that you are naturally interested and motivated to do. And then there's our day-to-day experience, right? And often there's a disconnection between those two things. And that's what I do by connecting your natural advantage with your habit style. Creating a daily experience that allows you to get into that flow more often. if you want to know a little bit more about habit styles, I did an episode about that last week, and I'll link to it in the description if I don't forget. If I forget, please tell me, because sometimes I forget. But there I explain a little bit more about the different habit styles and why it's important to know your habit style to create that daily experience where you can actually experience that joy and that sense of flow more often. And if you want to know what your habit style is, then schedule a free call with me through the link in the description. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and let's talk again next week. Thank you for listening to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast. If you're an introverted entrepreneur and you're ready to thrive in your own way, then connect with me on thefrankermessage.com/contact.